What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Malcolm Tibbs. I spent 25 years getting inconsistent results in my love life, and now not only do I have a fulfilling relationship, I have the ability to go out, snap my fingers, and have half a dozen dates lined up within a week. Now, I've been doing self-improvement for about 8 years now, and in that time, I thought that what I needed to do was work out more or make more money, get a bigger house. I thought that I needed to level up in the most basic terms of like status. But what I found is that the best thing to improve, like across all of those things, is getting a girlfriend. Okay. And it was kind of contrary to what I thought. But when I finally put myself into like an open enough mindset to allow another person into my life, I found that not only did my world not end, but my drive, my motivation improved to do better in almost all of those things, right? On one hand, I was not really too interested in working, right? I was just doing the bare minimum to keep the lights on. And then I introduced a girlfriend into my life. And all of a sudden it was like, oh, I think I should go for that promotion, right? I think I could maybe apply for a different position and get some more money, almost as if I wanted to impress her, right? And that's really what my motivation was. I wanted to impress this person who was very important to me. I had this totem of reinforcement for all the good behaviors, okay? I found it a lot less entertaining to get high all day or just watch porn or just, sit on my ass and watch Netflix. Those things became less reinforcing because I knew that if my girlfriend saw me doing those things for however long, however many hours every day, I would look like a loser. I had this new perspective in which I could view myself from, whereas I could ask myself, well, if I was sitting here with my girlfriend right now, how would this look, right? If my girlfriend saw me doing this, would I look attractive, And using that as a razor, it's like, oh, well, obviously the thing that I should do is go do some more work. And then I should go to the gym. And then, maybe I'll put a nice pic up on Instagram and maybe get some more followers. And, I'll start paying off my credit a little bit faster because those things are all things that are going to be helpful for my relationship. Now, the biggest issue that I found with opening my mind enough in order to introduce a girlfriend into my life was a fear of rejection. And very quickly, guys, if you want to land your first date in the next 30 days, click the description down below. All right. The link is going to take you to an online community filled with other single men who are focused on improving their dating skills. It's completely free and you can swap notes, get feedback, maybe even find a wingman in your area. Inside, you're going to find a 30-day challenge, which is going to go over all the steps that you need to take in order to land your first date. But getting back to the video, my biggest fear, like the biggest thing holding me back from introducing a woman into my life was anxiety, right? And there's a little bit of shame there as well. I had these very deep-rooted ideas from my childhood, which said, being a man who wants sex is somehow wrong or sinful, right? Being a man who approaches a woman because she's attractive makes you creepy or weird, right? I had this very minor amount of shame, but more so that shame was almost like a second layer of defense to keep me from experiencing anxiety and possibly rejection, all right? And I hit a point in my life where I was able to retire at the age of 23 because of some of my veteran benefits. I used to serve in the Air Force, and I decided, I'm going to dedicate, however many months it takes to get good at dating because I don't ever want to have to go to sleep by myself, right? I don't ever want to have a lunch by myself, right? I want to have the ability to find somebody out in public, wherever I may be, whatever city I'm in, whatever country I'm in. I want to be able to connect with people very fast. And so I went out of my way to go practice getting rejected. I started holding eye contact longer than I was comfortable for. And I found that most people were more uncomfortable with it than I was, right? I started greeting people as I was walking past them and asking people for directions, even when I didn't need them, right? Just so I could get over this idea that I wasn't allowed to talk to strangers or that I wasn't allowed to be in a public place without some objective, right? all of those things, these were self-limiting beliefs that I had to work through. And ultimately, these were things that were keeping me from experiencing the anxiety required to get good at dating. All right. And once I got good at dating, like I said in the intro, I can snap my fingers and I can have half a dozen dates lined up within a week. And I know that, and I can say that with so much confidence because I've done that before. Okay. Once you get over this anxiety and you develop the skill of dating, you're also at the same time going to be developing so many skills. It's insane. But then once you add that girlfriend into your life, dating all of a sudden becomes like irrelevant, pointless. It's not as fun as it used to be. Now you kind of just want to work harder, and at least that's my own experience. But only if you get the right girl, all right? Now you're going to have access to a lot of different women, and you're going to find that almost like going to your favorite restaurant, you're going to end up ordering the same thing over and over again, right? You're going to order your favorite. And in my experience, that woman that you pick to be your girlfriend that you're going to add to your team, it should be the one who supports you the most, all right? Not necessarily the richest girl, not necessarily the girl with the, the fattest ass or the most attractive girl, right? You want to screen women for how enthusiastic are they about being with you and helping you achieve your goals, because that's what you want at the end of the day. You want a woman who isn't going to complain or bitch and moan about doing the dishes or taking out the trash or even, helping you land a sales call if that is what it requires to help you meet your goals, right? Maybe you need a woman who just goes to work and helps you pay rent, and you don't want a woman who's going to complain when it comes to helping you meet your goals, right? When you screen for a woman who is looking for whatever you're bringing, and she's enthusiastic about helping you bring more and helping you do more, right? You're going to find that life becomes better. Life becomes better, all right? It's when you start looking for those girls, and then once you find that girl, right? When you stop looking at girls for who are all of my friends trying to get with, right? You don't want to choose a girl based off of pre-selection, right? Because oftentimes you're going to end up picking the girl who has slept with the most men. That's not really what you want, right? You want a girl who is dedicated to you, who is loyal. And she's loyal without you needing to ask for her to be. She's loyal because she wants to be, because she's invested in you, right? My name is Malcolm Tibbs. This is just some of the things that I've learned in my 25 years of life, and then especially last year, just hammering dating and getting really good at it. Hopefully you got something good out of this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, share this with a friend. And with all that being said, again, check the description down below. Dating is a skill, and there's a community and where I teach men how to develop that skill. Maybe that sounds like something interesting to you. And that's all I have. Peace out.